Viking cheer. Rogers backed up to his own 9 after the 50-yard boot by Locke. Good protection, and he dumps it off underneath, but an errant pass. Cook can't handle it, makes it 2nd down and 10. Rogers tonight, 17 out of 30 for 183.
Fair miss there for Aaron Rodgers. Jared Cook had a chance, but this game is going to finish up probably as would be expected maybe. This Vikings defense, Trey Waynes and company now are going to have to hold up for the last 4.5.
Four-man rush, and the pass is caught but taken down immediately. Trey Waynes is right there with the tight end, Jared Cook, and a very key 3rd and 7 coming up here.
Yeah, and Mike Zimmer has changed defenses now. He went to a trap zone coverage there. I think he's seen enough of Trey Waynes and man coverage. Let's see what they do here. Aaron Rodgers going to get a good long look.
Big conversion. If they have to punt, they're going to have to take their timeouts on defense. Ball at the 12-yard line, 3rd and 7. Showing blitz. Harrison Smith comes in, but they double him, and the pass is caught by Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb over the middle, 1st down on a 3rd and 7 after the 26.
Coming right through there, ended up, and James Starks made the key block to be able to pick that one up. Came with a safety blitz from Harrison Smith.
3.5 left in regulation. Rodgers again buying time. He's a lot of room to roam, and he exploits it. And dances out of bounds up at the 37-yard line, and that should be enough for a 1st down. And is.
Yeah, you could tell Aaron Rodgers, at first it looked like Eric Kendricks was spying him in the middle of the field, and then he took off on coverage when James Starks left. And for Aaron Rodgers, there was nobody left.
Rodgers, of course, so mobile. 3 runs tonight for 30 yards. That one good for 11. Also ran one in for a touchdown. Now the Vikings. How many will they send? They send an extra man, and that pass is knocked away, intended for Cobb, and it's Captain Munnerlyn. Long-time Carolina Panther, came over a couple of years ago. Barr put the pressure on Rodgers.
Big difference when big old Anthony Barr comes on the blitz against James Starks instead of the safety. Almost got there, forced Aaron to throw it just a bit before he was ready. Two really good play callers going at it down the stretch here.
2nd and 10. From the 36. Rodgers fires, and that will move the sticks as Adams makes the catch, again going in Waynes' direction. And the next snap will be under 3 minutes.
Just a little gun shy now. I think that they are so afraid of Trey Waynes getting the penalties. They've been playing a little bit more zone defense, and now Waynes being a little more cautious. Before he's been maybe a little overly aggressive, and now he's going to have to come back up and get that aggressive gene going again. Back at the line of scrimmage now in the bump and run now.
2.5 to go. Play clock at 4. Rodgers sliding right. Looking to get out, and he can't. Goes down again. Linval Joseph is the first guy in there to knock him down.
Linval Joseph got a little bit of revenge that time on Treader, the center, right there. Going to slide the line all the way to the right, and Joseph is going to slide off, and this time Aaron Rodgers does not get away.
4-yard sack, 2nd and 14. Trying to get it off before the 2-minute warning. And they won't. That is the 2-minute warning. It's the 2nd down and 14 when we come back, and Green Bay has all of its timeouts. Close one in the opener. Vikings by 3. 2nd and 14 now. Robinson was on the table a moment ago. They were wrapping up his ankle, but he's out of the game for the moment. Here, that big forced fumble.
Daniil Hunter back in there, and he was shaky to return earlier.
Hunter, number 99. It's 2nd down and 14. The Vikings crowd the defensive line and then back off. And Rodgers throws on the run, and it's knocked away. Terrence Newman is there, intended for Jordy Nelson. 3rd and 14.
There's the danger when you're dealing with a veteran. Watch Terrence Newman out here looking right at Rodgers. Read this all the way, and really, if he had gotten that left hand in front, likely would have had that interception. The Packers lucky that one didn't go the other way, and Newman's disappointed.
38-year-old Terrence Newman out there on a 3rd down and 14.
Well, Trey Waynes down here at the bottom against Davante Adams, one-on-one.
Robinson is back in the game. Rodgers throws, and it's intercepted. It is picked off by Trey Waynes. Picking on him all night long, and finally, he might have the last say.
Trey Waynes, you just keep fighting, right, boss? There you go. Going to run a little post corner. He was wide open if he just stayed on the slant. And really, because it was a one-step move by Davante Adams, Trey Waynes really didn't even have a chance to react to it. The entire defense had flowed to the right side. Aaron Rodgers saw it, comes back to his one-on-one, and Trey Waynes, after an interesting night, it's the play of the game.
To say the least, but it's not over in the sense that Green Bay has all of its timeouts. So clearly, with a stop here, they get the ball back, and we know what this guy can do in clutch time. Ball at the 45-yard line. They start with Asiata and a fullback line in there. This will be a 2.5, 3-yard gain, and Green Bay will take its first timeout. It'll be 2nd and 8. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, quickly, Morgan Burnett of the Packers, questionable with a hamstring injury, Al.
All right, so there he is. He's out of the game. Chances are the safety's not going to be a factor on this drive as Minnesota figures to keep it on the ground. Minnesota next week, we don't know about Peterson, of course, goes to Carolina. Green Bay will go home until October the 30th. They have 4 straight home games beginning next week and a bye.
It's a good time to be in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. No carry-on luggage for these guys. Matthews on the sideline. Bradford back to the huddle after the timeout. 2nd down and 7.
You're going to get everybody up. If they want to take a shot with Diggs, he's one-on-one with no help anywhere.
I think you got to play it safe to make sure Green Bay uses all of its timeouts. I think. What do either of us know, right?
Well, you know, that's the right call, obviously. It is, and because you don't want to make it easy, but Aaron Rodgers just needs 3 to get us to overtime, and that's a lot of time to leave Aaron Rodgers. But you don't want to leave him a timeout either, but
right.
The likelihood of picking this up with the way the Packers are playing defense right now, running the ball, the way it's been going tonight, next to nil. So Sam Bradford's been your star. Stephon Diggs has been the other star. And if you're going to take a chance, you might hear.
Third down and 6 up at the 49-yard line. Bradford, 22 out of 30, 286 and 2 touchdowns.
It looked like he was talking to Stephon Diggs in the huddle. Maybe I'm imagining things.
Which one is? Which one is hot?
Yep. Looking at him, but incomplete. And a flag, though, comes in. Demarius Randall with the penalty. And that is a killer for Green Bay.
I tell you, Zach Line made that play with a great blitz pickup. Tough call here.
Pass interference, number 29, defense. Automatic first down at the start of the foul.
23, not 29.
Looked like their feet got tangled up, and that would not, but there's the foul. You can see the left arm hooking, grabbing, and turning. It is the turn right there. That's a great call by the official. Such a subtle move. But now let's watch Zach Line right here. If he doesn't pick up that blitz, it looked like Bradford was going to be sacked. Great call by the official. That is a tough one, and he got it right.
So 136. They can make Green Bay use its final timeout, which they will here, as Blake Martinez, the rookie, stuffs Asiata. And now Minnesota can take just about all the time off the clock. 133.
Sam Bradford talking to Stephon Diggs, I thought, in the huddle was an interesting moment here. Here he goes, Bradford, and there's Diggs, I believe, right there. And you could see him sort of looking at him and having a direct conversation with him. And they set it up. He kind of cut the split down to maybe make Randall believe that he was going to go to the out. Instead, he breaks to the in and gets the call.
Coming your way, big boy.
I'm going to bet they don't throw now, though.
You think?
I'm a gambling guy.
Yeah, sure you are.
That's it. 128.
I'll give you 1 to 100. Tripped up at the 40, and that can take us down to around 50 seconds or so before they have to snap it again. And the Minnesota Vikings are on the cusp of christening their new house. Interesting, they've played in 4 different stadiums, and every time they played Green Bay in the first game at that stadium, whether it was Metropolitan Stadium, the Metrodome, or TCF Bank Stadium, Ziggy Wilf and his brother Mark, the owners of the team, Green Bay has spoiled the first game between these teams at every stadium. But tonight, looks like the tables are going to be turned here.
Yep, unless we get another Hail Mary out of Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers, who doesn't create many turnovers and hasn't through the years, one more play after this. And Bradford's able to take a few seconds off the clock. And then if you're the Minnesota Vikings right now, maybe you take the snap and you run around with the ball because you're going to have like 3 seconds left on the clock.
I'm sure they'll let this thing run completely out here.
For sure.
Then you make a decision.
So Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
The near future, and who knows about the long term. And as we say, we only hope that Teddy Bridgewater has a full recovery from a bad knee injury sustained 3 weeks ago.
Just raises up and throws the ball. 3 seconds are going to go off.
The only thing that could do them in right now would be a terrible snap and a lucky recovery and running for a touchdown by Green Bay. So this,
I think they're just going to throw it right over the head of Stephon Diggs down here at the bottom.
this will do it. Bradford, he'll take all the time off the clock, sends it to the heavens, and the Minnesota Vikings have beaten the Green Bay Packers.
That is one